Right, well, it has been far too long since my last commentary video. I think my last one was actually my very first HD video, which is far too long ago. So I'm playing some Domination here on one of the new maps, Crash. I believe this was an old COD 4 map, this and Overgrown, yeah. The reason I'm a bit unsure is because, you know, I never played COD 4, Modern Warfare 2 is my very first Call of Duty, so I'm not entirely sure, but that's just what I've heard. And then you've also got, what is it, Storm, Bailout and Salvage, yeah. Not played too much on the new maps. I have had a chance to play every single one of them though, which is good. But so far I'm really liking them all. Too soon to pick a favourite, but I'd say I like them all so far. I just need to say a big thank you to my friend Crimson Sniper, who bought the maps and then he shared them with me through PlayStation Network. So I just need to say a big thank you to him. His link's in the description if you want to go thank him for me. I'd appreciate that. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Crimson Sniper. So I'm using the AK-47 here with a silencer. And I love this gun, I really do. I believe it's the exact same stats as the TAR-21. And I really like it. It's like really effective, like when you tap the R1 button, or right trigger for Xbox I suppose, because it's got quite a bit of recoil on it, so you can't be spraying it everywhere. Also using Marathon Pro, Stopping Power Pro and Ninja Pro I believe. And I've got my secondary, I think I've got a Spaz or something. Now I'm using a pretty peculiar Killstreak loadout. I've got the care package, the Predator missile and the attack helicopter. The reason I'm using those is, this is something I mentioned a long time ago that I'm sure none of you will remember or even may probably even see, but basically what I'm in the process of trying to do is basically just use everything, you know. Basically have a commentary video using everything basically. Every primary weapon, every secondary weapon, every kill streak, every attachment, everything, you know, because I don't like those commentators who upload the same thing like every week. Oh, I'm using the TAR-21 silencer, Stopping Power, Scavenger, Ninja, Snore, you know, it's the exact same thing every episode or whatever, you know. So I like to mix things up a bit. I'm always going to try and be using at least one new thing every single video. So I think that's good. And basically, like I said at the start of the video, it's been a long time since my last commentary. So, and also I'm going to be having a lot of free time because I've just finished university for the year. So basically what I was thinking of doing was uploading a commentary video for every single one of the new maps over quite a short period of time, like maybe like one every 2 days. You know, it's a lot more regular than I usually upload, but you know, if that's something you guys would want to see, you know, let me know in the comments, you know. Because I've got a nice game of Search and Destroy on Salvage, but it's a nice short game, but it's pretty good. So if that's something you'd like to see, let me know. So basically it's double experience. I'm not entirely sure how long that lasts. Maybe it's a couple of days, maybe it's a week, I'm not entirely sure. But that doesn't really affect me because basically I'm level 70, 3rd prestige, and I don't plan on prestiging again. I think I said this like every single time. I'm not going to prestige, not every time I have, but I really don't think I won't this time, because the reason I had been prestiging was because I wanted more custom class slots. But now that I've got 7, I think that's enough, and I don't see any need to prestige again, so I don't think I will be prestiging. But I suppose it's good enough for, you know, people who want to level up, so it's good for them, but it doesn't really affect me. Speaking of like doing a commentary video on every map, I kind of wish I actually got like a really good map on Crash of Search and Destroy, where I went like 14 and 3, I think it was. yeah, but the reason I was actually recording, but basically I stopped recording halfway through. Let me explain why, and then that'll take me on to something else I wanted to talk about. Basically, at the start of the round, I got a triple spray, which is, you know, quite a big deal in a search and destroy game, since you've only got, you know, no respawns and only 6 people to shoot at, you know, so a triple spray is pretty damn good. So I stopped recording as soon as I got that. And then I'll explain why. It's because I'm in the middle of making a montage. Now, basically, I've set myself a really high standard, and which means I'm going to take a long time. I'm going to film over a long period of time. So, like, don't be expecting it soon. I want to make it really good, you know, and you know, it takes a long time to get a lot of good footage. So like what I do is, like, when I get like a really good moment that I just know, okay, that's definitely going in a montage, I press stop on the recording, and then I go, you know, rename the file and then store it away in a folder, you know. So yeah, I wish I'd recorded that whole match, because that would have been good, but you know, I think this match is quite good, but after I die for the second time, it sort of goes downhill from there. I kind of think, oh, this could have been a better match, but I went on like a really long streak there, like, where I had to like pick up a different weapon, you know, because I'd ran out of ammo. But my score like isn't fantastic or anything in this game, but you got to remember though that I'm using very like modest kill streak rewards, you know, and that kill streaks actually hardly get me any kills, so you got to remember that when you see my final score, which isn't impressive or anything, but you know, whatever. Speaking of montage, look at this guy here. Do you see that? Fucking Grizz wannabe. Clearly I'm not the only one filming for montage. But yeah, anyway, you know, in fact, if you stick around till the end of the video, I might even show you that triple spray here at the end of this video. That's actually something that I was considering doing, was having like a bonus clip at the end of every single one of my commentary videos. Maybe it's like it could either be like a montage teaser, like I'm going to do at the end of this video, or actually I already know what the bonus clip from my next video is going to be. I'll briefly explain what it is going to be actually. Right. Well, like I said, this is when I was filming for my montage. Basically, I was on Terminal, you know, that sort of bit in the middle of the map, you know, that high up bit with like the fire and the gas tank thing, you know, that's like, it's a popular camping spot. You know, I was up there, I saw a guy in that big long glass corridor thing, so I had to go run up, jumped to a 360 spin, shot at him, got a hit marker. I could not believe that. So I'll have that as my bonus clip in the next video. I could not believe that. But yeah. So I've got, like I said, I've already got a nice game on salvage, and then hopefully with my free time, like I said, I'm hopefully going to be playing a bit more, and then I'll try and get another game on one of the other maps. And look at this for a care package, get a fucking EMP. That's like so not what I usually get. It's always UAV, counter UAV, or the dreaded ammo crates that I usually get. So yeah. Oh, something I just briefly need to mention. It didn't get that many views, but I recently uploaded a video of how to get a nuke in free-for-all. Maybe a lot of you didn't watch it, but it didn't get that many views. And like I said, I was going to upload like a strategy for every single map, but basically I decided against it because the video lasted like 10.5 minutes long, and I just didn't really think it was worth uploading. But oh shit, that is the match over now. Sorry. Yeah, so final score not that impressive, but thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the bonus clip. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Search and destroy. Defend the objective. UAV online.